Good evening, folks. We're going to settle in and get this event started. I'm Todd Dunkley, the building principal. I'd like to introduce a couple key people here with me this evening. Assistant Principal Kurt Noose. Floating around is Assistant Principal Daisha Beasley as well. Also, we have our teachers who will be presenting for the evening, as well as some key presenters from the community. I'm going to ask the four board members who I know who are here tonight, who are involved in every last thing we do, to please stand. I see a couple here. I know we have Colleen Schultz, Carol Mitchell, Kim Schumacher, and we have, there he is, Jim Reese. Finally, and the same in your work and anything you do, when you have those people who just go above and beyond and they are task-oriented because they care. This event takes a lot of work to organize and put on, and they do it with such care. Our new counselor this year, Ms. Toby Lokmas, and assisting here are both secretaries, Sean Marshall and Deneen Kincaid. Thanks for coming. So, welcome. I want to tell you, I read a great quote today. It was like this. People are always complaining about the weather, but nobody seems to do anything about it. I think of that because I'm always talking about the weather, whether it's the drama or whether it's the competition within me. I like the fact that it's the toughest winter we've had since I've been here on the planet. And I know the graduates, if you count, you had somewhere around 170 snow days this year, and you had all kinds of weather that made athletic makeups possible. And I know if you're like me, who I sent pictures to my friends and family in other states, talk about how horrible and the 12-foot snow drifts, and you'll be talking to your grandkids about the days when you had 10 feet of snow you had to climb through to go to school. Bottom line is, I also read a bunch of other quotes that talked about basically happy, content people take bad weather and make life good. They find time to sing, hang out with friends, the caring hearts. That, and every one of those quotes, describes this particular set of graduates. I told this class a couple weeks back that this is the most pleasant group I remember ever working with. They're a caring bunch, and so it makes it even that much better that as we talk about all their achievements and the awards that they're going to get, it's because we know that they're going out into the world to do great things, much more than for themselves and their immediate families. It's for all the people in the world, and that is everything we could ask for. So thank you, parents, thank you, Grandma and Grandpa, and all the friends who support these wonderful graduates. So to kick things off and get started, I want to bring, for her welcome, the class of 2014 Executive Board President, Ms. Shelby Gilden.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2014 Senior Awards and Honors Night. I'd like to say thank you to all the presenters, Oxford High School staff, administrators, parents, and fellow classmates who are here to acknowledge and celebrate a senior year of academic achievements and scholarship awards. We'd like to give a special recognition and gratitude to the local scholarship donors and committee members. Your investment in the educational pursuits of our graduating class is invaluable. On behalf of the class 2014, thank you. I hope you enjoy the program, and congratulations to all seniors receiving awards this evening.
If you happen to be wearing a hat, I ask that you move it. If you could please stand as we bring to the stage the singer national anthem, Ms. Jackie Gilbert.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We'll get started now, recognizing our student leadership. We'll bring to the stage Ms. Katie Getz.
Right now, I'd like to call up Shelby Golda, Emily Cleveland, Christina Chisbadia, and Taylor Traskey. So over the year, for the last couple of years, we've implemented a leadership class into the curriculum here at Oxford High School. And we've taken a lot of the activities that Student Council has done and placed them into our leadership class, and we run all these activities. So over the last year, these 4 ladies have been a part of my executive board. These are my go-to girls. These are ones that are in charge and make sure that all events are running smoothly. This year, these ladies helped put on so many different events and so many different charity and fundraising events this year. With the help of these 4 ladies, we raised well over $7,000 and donated that out to local charities around the area, whether it was for cancer awareness or Common Ground or Once a Wildcat, Always a Wildcat was one of our new charities this year. So I just want to congratulate them because I don't think they've realized how much they have done for Oxford High School and the community this year. So thank you. I'd like to introduce your Executive Board President, Shelby Golda. Our Vice President, Emily Cleveland. Our Secretary, Christina Chisbadia. And our treasurer, which is Taylor Traskey, who could not be here tonight. So ladies, thank you so much. I'm going to miss you so much next year. I'm so proud of you. You guys have been excellent leaders this year. And now I'd like to introduce the 2014 class advisor, Anna Summers.
Hello, I'd like to call up Elena Medevec, Courtney Fox, Titus Shoemaker, and Haley Kornberger. As class representatives, all of these students worked with our executive board over here to plan things like homecoming float, building that float, attending and coming up with fundraisers for our class to put on the prom that we never thought would happen last year. And they all worked together as a team to pull that off beautifully. So thank you for all of your hard work and all of your commitment. And now I will introduce you again to Mrs. Getz for the Physical Education Awards.
And I'm back. This year for the Physical Education and Health Awards, our PE department got together and discussed several different students that were deserving of this award, willing to participate in everything, did very well in the physical fitness testing. So this year's recipients, Kendall Raleigh, and Colin Sroka. And I will hold on to their certificates until tomorrow. Now I'd like to introduce Sally King.
Good evening. I'm here to present the 2 mathematics awards to 2 phenomenal young men who have taken and excelled in every math course that we've offered here at Oxford High School. The first one is Jeff Zhang. And our second award goes to Tyler Scott. I would now like to introduce our science teacher, Mrs. Karen Facca.
Good evening, soon-to-be graduates, family, and colleagues. I was going to tell a bunch of science jokes tonight, but the administration told me to keep it quiet and short. Not quiet, keep it short. Plus, I think they thought my jokes weren't funny. So this year, 13 science teachers got together and decided upon who would represent our science department, the overall best academic person, well-rounded, works well with students, safety, inquisitive mind, risk takers, etc. And 13 people can never expected to agree on one thing. So this year we have 2 students. These 2 students are as diverse as some of our science offerings are. Both of them, thank goodness, love science and have taken each 7 credits, even though maybe they didn't know they only had to take 3. And also both of these students have had a 30 or higher on their ACT. One of these students is headed to Michigan Tech to pursue a degree, I believe, in engineering. The other is going to go pursue first a career in hockey in British Columbia and hopefully then head into college. And so would you congratulate Lewis Marshall and Alex Schroeder. My fellow science teachers, I thank you for all those credits. Next, I'd like to introduce Ms. Leslie Okazinski.
What a nice welcome, and it's lovely to be here tonight. I'm honoring on behalf of my Language Arts Department 3 young ladies whose teachers have nominated them for excellence in language arts. I'd like to invite them to each come up to the stage at this time if they're here. That is Stephanie White, Megan Carson, and Danielle Black. Could you please come up? Someone coming, I can't see. All right. I'll start talking about Danielle while she's on her way up here. Danielle was nominated by Mr. Sam Wiscombe, who says this: I've known Danielle Black for 6 years, and she has revealed herself to be responsible and empathetic on numerous occasions, submitting thorough, quality work consistently on time, interacting with sophisticated texts and ideas expressed during class with thoughtfulness and concern. I have also seen her involve reluctant students in class conversations, rephrase questions and answers as an intermediary between other students and myself, and quickly and accurately offer substantiation of any commentary from herself or her peers through textual evidence. Danielle Black is one of the smartest and most talented of all students I've ever had, and it's my privilege to have been her instructor. Congratulations. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Tom Wagner, who's here to present Social Studies Awards.
Hello. Would Kristen Godwin and Katie Flanagan please come up? I'll start with Kristen as they make their way up. I've had the pleasure of having Kristen in 3 social studies classes: psychology, civics, and law. Just an outstanding student. Now, Mrs. Blasek wanted me to share her thoughts about Kristen. Kristen is a student that teachers dream of having in class. She's a leader in the classroom and always involved in class discussions. Kristen is caring and organized and scored excellent on both the AP US and AP World exams. Even with the antics and catchphrases, Blasek says, Kristen, you know what I'm talking about. She was a joy to have in class and is destined to do great things in the future. Congratulations, Kristen, on earning the Social Studies Award. Now, Katie. Let's begin by saying Katie is the best student I've ever taught in my career. That's 29 years. In AP psychology class this year, she scored near 100% on just about everything she did, the highest grade since I've been teaching. But what really separated her from the other students is her thirst for learning and her ability to be curious and make sense out of everything that she studies. She definitely fits the IB profile of being inquiring, knowledgeable, thoughtful, reflective, and principled. At times during our discussions, I felt like I was talking to an experienced psychology teacher. She made me a better teacher. She will be successful at the University of Toledo in pharmaceutical science while earning a doctorate of pharmacy. And she can use medicine in the future, working at the World Health Organization in an effort to help others. Congratulations, Katie, on your social studies. Now I would like to introduce world languages teacher, Jan Smith.
Buenas noches, good evening. I would first like to present the Spanish Awards, and we have 2 candidates, 2 great candidates, Louis Marshall and Gabe Pace. On the back of their medal, there's a Spanish saying, La inspiración existe, pero tiene que encontrarte trabajando. And it refers to the fact that the inspiration, the ideas are here, but you have to work really hard to find them. And that's what both of these boys did. I'm so proud of both of them. Both Gabe and Louis have perfected their command of the spoken and written language. They showed an appreciation for Hispanic literature and culture. These 2 boys truly emulate what it is to be a global citizen. I couldn't be prouder.
Yes, senora.
I know that these two are going to be successful in whatever their future holds. Their future is bright, that's for sure. I want to switch gears for a minute, and I also have the Mandarin Award tonight, and that goes to Natalie Mason. Our Mandarin teacher had nothing but good things to say about Natalie, and she is very proud of her and proud that she won this award. So congratulations. Hugs are good. Hugs are good. It seems like every year that I'm up here, the kids just get better. They truly, truly do. I'm so glad because my future is bright with them in it. And now I would like to introduce Jim Gibbons, who is our band director with the music.
Hugs are good. Hugs are good. Congratulations to the class of 2014. I want to start out by saying that. And it's been a pleasure for me to be a teacher and see not just the band students, but all the kids go through the high school, whether it be pep rallies, football games, marching through the hallway to bring you to a pep rally, whatever it is, it's been a pleasure to be a teacher in the building with this class. So thank you for being a great class. Since its inauguration in 1954, thousands of U.S. high schools have presented the John Philip Sousa Band Award to their most outstanding band student. The award recognizes those young musicians displaying superior musicianship, leadership, dependability, loyalty, cooperation, and other qualities of conduct which school instrumental music programs strive to impart. The Sousa Award is considered to be one of the top nationwide prizes in the school band field, in both prestige and appearance. This year, I have two winners of the Sousa Award, Kimberly Matsumoto and Michael Johnson. Kimberly and Michael both are four-year members of the band program. Kimberly has been a tremendous mallet percussion player in the marching band, awesome flute player in the symphonic band, the wind ensemble, and in the pit orchestra for the musicals. Outstanding, outstanding musician, and we will miss her very much at OHS as she graduates. So Kimberly. And Michael is an outstanding trombone player, four-year member of the band program, as I said. He's been in jazz band, solo with the jazz band, wind ensemble. He's been in the pit orchestra. He goes to solo and ensemble, as does Kimberly. And another student who we will miss tremendously out of the class of outstanding seniors. So Michael Johnson. Now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce my colleague from the music department who wanted to be different by coming from over there instead of back there, Mr. Melissa.
Hugs are every day. Welcome, everybody. To the seniors, I have mentioned this personally to some of you. I do not endorse senioritis. However, you're almost there. And for that, we are going to miss you, but for that, I'm sure you are very thankful. Congratulations. The National School Orchestra Award is an award that is voted on by all the junior and senior members of the oldest group, the Symphony Orchestra. And this award is meant to recognize outstanding merit and contributions to the success of the school orchestra. The recipient of this award is noted for displaying a high degree of loyalty and cooperation and has exemplified a high standard of conduct that really is the aim of the school instrumental music program, particularly orchestra. JJ Stanbury James, I think it says James on here, although we always call him JJ. Please make your way up here. A cellist, a student that does enjoy double checking. Which Allegro is it? Yeah, one of two in particular. It's Vivace. Thank you, Gabe. So, he has been a member of, I think, just about every aspect of our music program here. I've had the distinct pleasure of working with him now for 2 years. The senior class overall is just a really, really wonderful sampling of some of the many great things that are to come. I wanted to personally tell the orchestra seniors thank you for your commitment and for moving our program along. JJ, you were one of the people that you got the most votes, and I love that. And as a cellist and as a bass player, congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Dan Bosley, Oxford High School's Automotive Technology Director.
Tonight it's my pleasure to introduce the state champions in the AAA Ford troubleshooting competition, Mike Smith and Alan Labarge. Back on January 30th, 28 students from Oxford High School took the non-line competency test as the first phase in the annual AAA Ford Student Auto Skills competition. Mike and Alan scored well enough to place Oxford among the top 10 schools in the state and advance us to the state finals. At the state finals, each team of 2 students would have to diagnose and repair a 2014 Ford Fiesta, purposely bugged with faults that would keep it from starting or running well. There were also problems in many other electrical systems. The team from Oxford was the first to get their car running, the first to go into judging, and as it turned out, the only team to finish with a completely clean car. This finish gave them a first place trophy and a total of $64,000 in scholarships each. At the end of the competition, each team's scores in the online competency test was revealed, and we found out that Mike and Alan had the highest scores in the state. This gave them another first place trophy. The next step for Mike and Alan is to compete at the Nationals in Dearborn on June 10th. Here they'll be representing the state of Michigan, competing against one team from each of the other 49 states. If you can, come down to Dearborn and cheer on our hometown team. Now Mike Spiz would like to take a moment to present an award to both Mike and Alan from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, my name is Mike Spiz. I'm your representative on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. And I'm glad to call Oxford home. You're probably wondering why you have a politician sitting here in front of you today. Just want to tell you, by day I'm an engineer, but at night I'm a politician. I've been watching Mike and Alan since last year when their article was in the Oxford Leader. indicating that they did well in this competition. But they really caught my eye this year when they won the state championship. So we on the Board of Commissioners wanted to recognize them along with Mr. Balsley with a proclamation. We'll read that right now. Proclamation from Oakland County. Whereas the qualities of life that we provide ourselves in Oakland County are, in part, the result of the dedication and competitive spirit of special educators like the Oxford High School automotive instructor and Balsley. Whereas the remarkable team accomplishments of Oxford High School automotive program has garnered 5 state championships over the years and has the distinction of qualifying 25 times for the Ford AAA state finals. This illustrious history is the result of the school's talented automotive instructor, Mr. Balsley. Whereas we congratulate the Oxford High School automotive team and its members, Mike Smith and Allen, who under the leadership of automotive instructor Mr. Balsley won state finals in the Ford AAA Student Auto Skills Competition at the Macomb Community College Expo Center in Warren, Michigan. And whereas the team achieved the state's competition highest scores in written exams and achieved the distinction of having the only clean car in the competition of which they properly diagnosed all the problems and repairs in 1 hour and 20 minutes. The team won both the first place state trophies for the competition and was declared the 2014 state champions. They will compete in the National Ford AAA Student Auto Skills National Finals in June 2014. We wish them success in this endeavor, as they will compete against 49 other teams from across the nation in Dearborn, Michigan. Whereas we recognize medals and exception scholarships offers, the team members have received totaling $31,500 from universities and technical schools. We join with the proud Oxford community in celebrating the championship performance of the Oxford High School automotive team and applaud the automotive instructor, Mr. Balsley, for his continued dedication to creating the best automotive team in Michigan. Now, therefore, Michael J. Gengel, Chairman of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, together with Commissioner Michael Spiz, do hereby proclaim commendation to the Oxford High School automotive team instructor for continuing the winning tradition at Oxford High School and successfully competing the winning the 2014 state Ford AAA Student Auto Skills Competition. The test May 20th, 2014 in Pontiac, Michigan. Again, congratulations. Thank you very much. And good luck. With that, I'd like to introduce Ms. Lisa Butts, the Career Technical Education instructor.
Good evening. I have a few awards to give up from our department. So we'll start out. My colleagues and I would like to present Aaron Roberts Johnston with the Engineering Student of the Year Award. Aaron exemplifies what an ambitious student can achieve through participating in Oxford's engineering program. He's Oxford's first student to be accepted into the Michigan Advanced Technician Training Program. This co-op program will pay for Aaron's tuition and living expenses while earning a degree in mechatronics, a new field that combines the mechanical and electrical engineering skills needed to work on advanced robotic systems used in today's modern manufacturing methods. After being accepted into the program, he was quickly hired by one of the top 10 largest automotive suppliers, a global company specializing in driveline and chassis technology with 122 production companies in 26 countries. He gained the skills and knowledge of this opportunity by electing to take 6 of Oxford's 7 engineering courses, in addition to a summer course offered by Cam Logic in Oxford. During his senior year, he also took advantage of an opportunity presented by Mr. Okazinski to meet with the owner at Poseidon LLC in Oxford. They were so impressed by his natural curiosity for learning and CAD skills, he began doing their design work for him. His supervisor passed along nothing but praise about his work ethic and problem-solving skills. Congratulations, Aaron. As the Career and Technology Department would also like to present an award in the areas of graphic design. We can please have James Bopied. This year we were blessed blessed with several students who wanted more than a catalog offering. We had 3 students continue to study graphic design as an independent study class. This year, James Wapede has embraced graphic design and found himself joyfully on a path to a career in graphic design. James has studied hard and spent hundreds of hours outside of the classroom learning and discovering new information well beyond the core material covered in the classroom. James is a terrific example of a student when faced with a challenge of question, he has discovered how to research and apply his findings on his own. James has learned in 1 year more than some designers apply in an entire decade. Congratulations, James, for being a great design person, bringing your excitement and findings back to the classroom to assist others around. Good job. Last but not least, my colleagues and I would like to present Hannah X with 2 outstanding awards. Hannah will be receiving the CTE Student of the Year Award, as well as a $300 scholarship from Oakland Career and Technical Education Association. Hannah's can-do attitude defined her notable accomplishments throughout her high school career. Within Business Professionals of America alone, Hannah is our current co-president and competed in finance for 2 years at the state level. Yet Hannah didn't stop there. She was elected as Oxford's very first BPA State Executive Council member, serving as historian for the 2014-2015 school year, which also awarded her a $10,000 scholarship toward her education at Northwood University. As a unique individual infused with maturity and integrity, we see Hannah's potential, as BPA slogan states, she is today's student, but tomorrow's business professional. Congratulations, Hannah, on your CT Student of the Year Award, your $300 scholarship from Oakland Career and Technical Education Association, and your $10,000 scholarship from Northwood for BPA. And next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Bruce Holliday.
Good evening. The Digital Media Arts Outstanding Broadcasting Student Award goes to 1 or 2 deserving seniors who excelled in both the radio, television, and film course and at least 1 advanced course, averaging a minimum of a 3.5 GPA over the course of the program. While academics are certainly a key component to determining a recipient, candidates must also show a genuine passion for what they do and a firm understanding of who they are. They are the visual storytellers of our school and our district. Tonight's 2 recipients did just that. Will Marianne Stockard and Ryan Myers please make their way to the stage? This year, both Marianne and Ryan were members of our news broadcasting program, where they helped produce and anchor District O News, and who can forget Marianne in the Morning. The 2 were also a part of our broadcast news production team, representing Michigan at the Business Professionals of America National Leadership Conference in Indianapolis, Indiana, where they earned 3rd place in the nation out of almost 30 teams who competed. Both Ryan and Marianne will attend Michigan State University in the fall, and as a fellow Spartan, I wholeheartedly endorse their decision. Please join me in congratulating Marianne Stockard and Ryan Myers for earning the inaugural Digital Media Arts Outstanding Broadcasting Student Award. And if you'll all join me one more time in congratulating all of our departmental award winners this evening.
I'm going to ask all the seniors in the IB cohort to make their way up to the stage while you're coming up. I have a very special announcement to make. I've just been alerted to an opportunity that's so rare, and I'm glad all of you are here to witness this, and I ask that each of you partake in this. I've learned that immediately after the ceremony, our very own Jim Gibbons is handing out free hugs. Somebody you don't want to be. All right, I'm going to bring to the stage to introduce and recognize the IB students, Mr. Jason Elvidge and Mr. Kurt Knus.
Okay, the seniors you see in front of you here are a special group. These guys have done something that no Oxford graduates have ever done. They've completed the IB program, the diploma program, which is a new thing for the school. This is a group of risk takers who have really put it on the line and really given everything they had to be a part of this program. For the last 2 years, these students have been a part of something special. They've worked extremely hard, and we really want to show them our appreciation for being the first class and really taking the risk. They've been pushed to the limits at times, but we all know that they're much better off for their future education. So in recognition of their efforts, we'd like to present each of them with an IB pin. Each of these students has taken 6 or more of the IB classes. And if you could just step forward and we'll present you with the pin. I call your name. Caitlin Barber. Liam Bauer. Jackie DeRonio. Jenna DeRonio. Jesse DeRonio. Raleigh Giberson. James Gonzalez Anderson. Abby Hornum. Erica Kroll. Lewis Marshall. Matt Reed. Laura Schimmel. Eddie Schlickenmeyer. Izzy Schoenfeld. Claire Thayer. Rachel Tiska. Eric Vandekar. And Keegan Walker. So in addition to just IB coursework, students who pursue the IB diploma are also required to write a 4,000-word essay, complete over 150 hours of community service, creativity, and action, and prepare and write a paper and a presentation in a theory of knowledge course. Then, by the time they're done, they will have taken up to 16 examination papers over the course of 3 weeks. So they've had a fun time over the past couple weeks here. The following students, if I can have them step forward again, have met all requirements for the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program and are considered to be candidates to receive the IB diploma in addition to their Oxford diploma. We will be presenting these students with an IB stole. Caitlin Barber. Jackie DeRonio. Jenna DeRonio. Jesse DeRonio. James Gonzalez Anderson. Abby Hornum. Erica Kroll. Lewis Marshall. Matt Reed. Laura Schimmel. Eddie Schlickenmeyer. Izzy Schoenfeld. Claire Thayer. And Eric Vandekar. Thank you to everybody. It hasn't been easy, but congratulations. You guys may now leave to the left.
That group still has 2 tests left the day after graduation. We did not plan the dates. The next portion of our program is the awards presented by the United States military. Unfortunately, Sergeant Marcus Lawrence cannot be here today, so I am honored to represent him on behalf of the United States Army. It is my honor and pleasure to announce the National Scholar Athlete Awards for male and female. For the male, please come up to the stage, Alexander Shalhoub. The female recipient, Kristen Godwin. Next, from the United States Marine Corps, please welcome Staff Sergeant Christopher Wilde.
It's kind of bright up here. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, senior of the 2014 class. I want to start off by thanking the Oxford High School staff, the counselors that have put in countless hours to help the Marine Corps out with stuff that we have asked them and have went above and beyond to help. And I want to give the Oxford High School staff a round of applause. It is my honor. I have 2 awards. The first award is a Semper Fidelis Award. It's male and female. Male, Zachary Bryan, sorry if I mispronounce your name, Wolasek. The Semper Fidelis Award is presented to a student who displays traits that the Marine Corps considers essential to become a good leader. Endurance, knowledge, unselfishness, dependability, and enthusiasm and loyalty. Those are the leadership qualities that are contributing to the success that Zach has brought to the band of Oxford High School.
Yes,
The female that will receive this award is actually Caitlin Marie Van Tine. So glad for you to come here. Zachary plays the saxophone. Sorry. And is a 4-year member of the marching band and concert bands. Not only is he an accomplished musician, he is also a great student and leader. Caitlin plays the clarinet and is a 4-year member of the marching band and concert band as well. In addition to her excellence in music, she is also a great student and leader. Let's give him a round of applause. The next award that I have is actually the Distinguished Athlete Award. It's an award that's not always given to the one that scores a winning touchdown, the one that makes the most tackles or most points in a game. It's actually an award that shows an individual that actually shows courage, poise, self-confidence, and leads his team no matter what. The 2 recipients that will win this award tonight. First is, for the male, is Wesley Maskill. The female recipient of this award will be Samantha Medic.
Yes, Sam.
You're good. Let's give another round of applause. That is all the awards the Marine Corps has to present tonight. I want to thank you for having me here today to give these awards out. We do it once a year, and we actually look forward to it to stand up and honor those individuals that have went above and beyond. One thing I want to leave you seniors, as you get to, go out to your journey after high school, the hard work you put in today, tomorrow, and each and every day, I promise you, you will look back and it will pay off. So no matter what, never give up and always achieve your goals. Semper Fidelis.
Students, if you have a green dot on your card, if you could make your way up to the stage and have a seat in these chairs on the stage, please. Green dots on your card. While they're making their way up there, before we begin this next portion, I hope you saw the raffle sign out there, folks. Those of you who will be at graduation, something we're starting this year that other schools have done is a raffling off that upper bird's eye view skybox, if you will. It's a great seat, access to food and drink immediately behind you. Bathroom is right to your immediate left, I believe. And again, it's the clearest view in the house. Take advantage of that. All the profits will go to the all-night senior party this year and year on after. So again, we'll hope you put your tickets in for that, because we're going to draw for that tomorrow during the day. While these students are getting seated, we will go to the next portion of the ceremony, which our Oxford community members are here from various organizations and families with various criterion to really give back to their own. And I am very pleased to bring to the stage the representatives from American Legion Post number 108, Ms. Helen Smith and Commander Jerry Daniels.
Good evening. When you get old, that's how you walk. The American Legion Post 108 over the past 17 years have awarded over $16,000 in scholarships to Oxford High School seniors to further their education. Again this year, they're happy and pleased to award two $500 scholarships. The first scholarship recipient is going to Michigan Tech University and studying material science engineering. Lewis Gwenwyn Marshall. Our second recipient is going to Northern Michigan University and studying for an MRI technician and creative writing. I'll get it together sooner or later. Alicia Viola Hope Ford. The Oxford AMVETS Post 108 in the past 9 years have awarded over $7,000 in scholarships to Oxford High School seniors to further their education. Again this year, they're pleased to award two $500 scholarships. Our first recipient is going to the University of Toledo with a bioengineering study, Adam Scott Kemp. Our second recipient is going to Michigan State University, studying in special education, Wesley Gerald Maskill. The Oxford American Legion Auxiliary, Unit 108, they're pleased for their first year to give out a $500 scholarship to an Oxford High School senior to further their education. It is hoped that they will be able to continue this every year. The recipient is going to Hope College with a pre-health major, Kirsten Elizabeth Godwin. All right. The Oxford Legion Riders, Post 108, are pleased to award their first $500 scholarship. The recipient is going to Michigan State University with a pre-med. Somer Nicole DeSoto. If I get your names wrong, I'm sorry. The American Legion, the AMVETS, and the Auxiliary hope that you all remember our men and women in the service of our country and our veterans who have served with honor to keep this country free. Now we'll introduce Charles Gerard and Jack Leroy from the Lions Club.
The Oxford Lions Club is part of Lions International, It's founded in 1917, and it was given focus to help the blind and deaf by Helen Keller in 1921. These two Oxford High School seniors represent the ideals of community service in helping our fellow man that Lions Clubs aspire to.
Each year, the Oxford Lions Club awards two $500 scholarships under the Randy Moreau Public Service Scholarship, which is named after a late Oxford High School educator and former Lion. The Oxford Lions Club would like to present two $500 scholarships, one each to Elizabeth Schoenfeld and Tyler Scott.
Now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Melissa, I might screw this up, Virgil and Mrs. Debbie Urin.
Good evening. Deb and I are very honored to be here this evening and to be surrounded with students who have already earned so much, so many awards and so many scholarships. For just a moment, I'll take time to explain about the Oxford Women's Club. For over 80 years, this group of members have been serving the community to raise funds for scholarships, college education, and vocational training. Small grants to worthwhile efforts have included the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Program, Girls State Citizen Training Program, and FISH. Events we're working on for the 2015 graduates include the Celebrate Oxford Lone Ranger Days coming up in August, the Fall Fashion Show in October, and we have a small wine tasting in January for adult beverages, and those are at www.oxfordwomensclub.com. This year, we've been very pleased to award 13 scholarships of $1,000 each. So we've put together a great group of kids, and it was an absolute joy to read all of their applications. So Deb is going to help me hand out our scholarships to this group of students. So if you could hold your applause till we get all 13 of them up for us. We have Adam Kemp, Emily Cleland, Julia Ronson, Kristen Godwin, Louis Marshall, Megan Kieran, Shelby Goulda, Titus Shoemaker, Tyler Scott, Victoria Bierce, Wesley Maskill, and Zeb Throne. Thank you. Introduce the North Oakland Chapter of Michigan Retired School Personnel, Howard Heitzig.
She did an outstanding job without any coaching. She got my last name right. Let's see. This is my first visit to North Oakland County and Oxford area. I am so impressed with this facility, the auditorium. You should be very happy that you have such a place to honor these students. It's a great place to be. I'm president of the North Oakland County chapter of the Michigan Association of Retired School Personnel. Easy enough for me to say. Propose different ways of doing it, but that's what we are. We are retired teachers, secretaries, principals, and other people. Even though we're retired, we are committed to support public education and public education endeavors throughout the North Oakland County area. And tonight, we're presenting a $1,500 scholarship award to someone who has been introduced several times already, Mr. Wesley Maskill. So, and Wes, you're invited Thursday to join a brunch with our North Oakland group meeting at the Levick building, and bring your parents and we'll buy you lunch. Thank you very much. I forgot to introduce Mr. Bill Daniluk, who's going to follow me here. Thank you.
Good evening, and congratulations to all you seniors out there. You're going to have a great time coming up. I was asked by the Charles family to present the James Charles Memorial Scholarship Award. This is an award that is given to a student that's recognized for good attitude, good citizenship, community involvement, friendship, sportsmanship by a graduating senior at Oxford High School. This year's recipient is Elise Ormiston. Elise plans on attending Kettering to advance her engineering degree. I see that she's been a swimmer, marching band, track and field, ski team. She's very busy, but I think she deserves this award and a round of applause from everybody here. I almost forgot. I forgot who was coming. Mr. Harris, right? Mr. Harrison.
Good evening, I'm Don Harrison. I'm from Community Insurance Center, and I'm proud to be able to present the Pioneer State Mutual Community Insurance Center Scholarship Award tonight. Pioneer State Mutual is an insurance company. They're based in Michigan. Community Insurance Center is an agency that represents Pioneer State Mutual. The candidate who won this award tonight, what we were looking for is someone who displays a positive outlook, shows compassion, is professional, courteous, approachable, someone with a good attendance record, excellent oral and written communication skills, and meets all the academic standards and with a minimum grade point average of 3.0. Priority was also given to the student involved in community and or extracurricular activities. I'm pleased to be able to introduce this year's winner, and she qualifies and exemplifies all of this and more. So this year's winner of the Pioneer State Mutual Insurance Company and Community Insurance Center Scholarship is Christina Chismadia. And I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Joe Young as the next presenter.
Good evening, and I have the pleasure of presenting the Tommy Fillion Award. It's a memorial award that's sponsored by the Oxford Orient Kiwanis Club. Tommy Fillion was an active member in the community for many, many years, and she, until her death in 2001. She was a charter member of our organization, the Oxford Orient Kiwanis Club, which was formed back in 1999. And the Kiwanis Club exists to improve the quality of life for children and families. And to honor her memory and commitment to children, the Kiwanis has established this service award. This evening we have two $1,000 awards to be presented to two senior students who have demonstrated exemplary service to the community. The first recipient is Hannah X. Hannah's been very involved in the community with I'm the Third volunteer group, the Extreme Home Makeover, the Baldwin Kitchen Soup Kitchen, the Gleaners Food Bank, Hope Senior Center, the Bully Busters Link Crew, the Mentoring Young Students in the National Honor Society and Tutoring. Congratulations. The second recipient is Laura Schimmel. Laura's been very involved. As a matter of fact, she's presented a list of over 60 different activities, service activities she's been involved in over the past 4 years. And some of them ranged from 1 hour to 47 hours. I know this was the largest one, but I'm sure there's ongoing things. And it's an example of how helping someone just 1 hour at a time can make a difference out here in our community. And we look forward to all of them and you helping out in our community, making Oxford great and the world a better place to be. Congratulations to both of you. Now I'll introduce Mr. Ken Dayton to present the Ray Sutherland Award.
Many years ago, when my kids were running cross country, went up north with the cross country team and listened to Ray Sutherland, the coach at that time, inspire the team and inspire the parents as to what he saw as the most important values of the kids that were going to run on cross country. He said, first is your family. Your family, you got to place your family as the first priority. Second, your academic performance. That comes next. Third, the team, and fourth is the individual performance. I watched Ray over the years and was always impressed by how much encouragement that he would give to the kids. One of the things that I had, one of the runners on the team said to me, the coach really inspired him with at a turn on the course. And I said, well, what did he say? I said, I have no idea. But it was encouraging. So we teased him about that for years. But this award was in recognition of his inspiration because as a teacher he cared. And in many ways we want to recognize all of the teachers at Oxford High School who go above and beyond and care about these kids, who really want to see them succeed not only here, but after they leave. And for you seniors, you will make your teacher's day when you come back and tell them that they made a difference in your life. So to recognize Ray Sutherland and the inspiration he gave to us, we have 2 award winners, Jacob Shenton and Kristen Godwin. Now to present the Oxford Rotary Scholarship, Ms. Nancy Latowski. Nancy Latowski.
Good evening and congratulations to all the fine recipients this evening and class of 2014. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Oxford, I'm pleased to present 3 scholarships in honor and memory of our 3 beloved Oxford Rotarians. Oxford Rotary is part of Rotary International, which is a worldwide organization that works to combat hunger, improve health and sanitation, promote peace, and eradicate polio. In selecting tonight's scholarship recipients, our members considered the qualities and characteristics of Rotarians. The Rotary motto is service above self, and we feel that the following individuals will help exemplify this motto as they pursue their futures. The first scholarship has been given in honor of one of our current Rotarians, James Sherman Sr. Jim Sherman has been a Rotarian since 1955 and has selflessly given of his time and resources for the betterment of the Oxford community. This past spring, a dinner was held in his honor, which helped raise some of the funds that provide for tonight's scholarships. And everyone loved roasting Jim. The recipient of the James Sherman Sr. Rotary Scholarship is Mackenzie Crossan. The next scholarship is given in memory of a beloved community member and Rotarian, William Patterson. Bill Patterson purchased his pharmacy in Oxford in 1964. He was very civic-minded and was involved in Rotary for 40 years. He was active in the Oxford Chamber of Commerce and many other community projects. After retirement, he held the position of county commissioner His daughter told us how honored he would have been to know that a scholarship would be given in his name. The recipient of the William Patterson Memorial Rotary Scholarship is Lewis Marshall. The final scholarship is given in memory of Roger Oberg. Roger Oberg lived the Rotarian motto, service above self. He served as a teacher and administrator for Oxford schools for 37 years and was active in numerous state, county, and local government organizations. Roger was a dedicated Rotarian and was awarded the first Friends of the Library Award. The recipient of the Roger Oberg Memorial Rotary Scholarship is Zebediah Throne. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. John Robb with the Oxford Junior Wildcat Scholarship.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is John Robb. I'm the president of the Oxford Junior Wildcat Cheer and Football. It is my honor to attend the 2014 Senior Awards Night. And yes, it is very bright up here, people. Before I go, I would really like to congratulate all the 2014 seniors that are in attendance tonight. The excitement, the energy just knocked me out sitting there in that chair. I cannot believe the accomplishments that this senior class has done. And as someone who's an automotive executive, I am so excited to see mathematics, engineering, the technician, the designers bringing forward their talents to the industry. I cannot wait to see you working with us in the future. I would like to applaud all of you once again for everything you've done. This is OJW's 13th season in the community, and I'm proud to say this is our 4th year of honoring an OJW alumnus, a graduating senior football player and cheerleader that has been part of our organization. Our mission at OJW is to provide the youth of Oxford and neighboring communities with a fun-filled educational program using the activities of football and cheerleading to promote friendship, teamwork, and a healthy physical lifestyle. This year's recipients, I'm proud to say, exemplify the core values that we honor at OJW, and we're proud to have them as a future alumnus for our organization. I'm happy to introduce the recipient for football, Mr. Kyle Reason, and for cheer, Miss Tasha Corcoran. Here's Tasha's not in attendance right now. I'll hold on to that for her. These are $500 scholarships that we fundraise for specifically for the graduating seniors. I'm also pleased to announce Miss Daisha Beasley. She'll be presenting the Daniel Axford Oxford Elementary Alumni Scholarship, as well as the Orion Oxford Soccer League Dave Fulton Memorial Scholarship. Thank you very much.
Poor Mr. Robb saw my name after his, and I know he didn't know what to do with that. So I have the pleasure tonight to, on behalf of Mr. Boyd, who is the principal of Daniel Axford, and Mr. Brown, the principal of Oxford Elementary, to give the alumni scholarship of $683.76 to Tyler Scott. Congratulations. That's what interest does, kids. You put your money in the bank and then it grows and then you have extra. And next, on behalf of the Orion Oxford Soccer League, we are here to present to a senior, someone who is a 2.75 GPA at least, and has participated in soccer for at least 2 years here at Oxford High School. And our scholarship winner of $500 is Caitlin Ulinski. Science is coming up to present our last two scholarship awards.
Each year, McDonald's of Oxford awards in an amount of $1,000 the Joseph P. McMahon Scholarship. The requirements for this award is a grade point average of a 3.0 or better. They must have held a part-time job in their senior year. They must be involved in extracurricular activities demonstrating leadership, community service, and upstanding character, and they must be enrolled in a college, university, or trade school after high school. They also must submit a letter of recommendation. This year, the winner of the Joseph P. McMahon Scholarship awarded by the McDonald's of Oxford is Julia Thomson. The Four-County Community Foundation Youth Advisory Committee, otherwise known as the YAC, was established in 1989 in answer to the challenge grant issued by the Michigan Foundation by the W. Kellogg Foundation. Since then, the Four-County Community Foundation, YAC, has awarded over 550 grants and scholarships totaling over $450,000 by working to better lives of youth through the practice of philanthropy. Students grades 7 through 12 from each of our 6 schools districts, Almont, Armada, K-Pac, Dryden, Imlay City, Romeo, and Oxford, participated in a blind review application process. Committee members look for students who excelled in extracurricular activities and wrote strong essays. On behalf of the YAC, I would like to present the W. Kellogg Scholarships this year, each with the amount of $1,000 to Alyssa Ford, Zeb Throne, and Mackenzie Crossan. Before they leave the stage, could we please give another welcome round of applause to our local scholarship award winners. As they're taking their seats, I would also like to thank our local community members who sponsor local scholarships. In total, our students received an amount of $30,750 in scholarships from the local communities represented here tonight. We will now recognize our seniors who will graduate with academic honors and scholarships. At this time, students, if you have cards with numbers 11 through 17, please follow Mr. LaValle at the back of the auditorium. To begin this presentation of our academic awards, please welcome back Ms. Daisha Beasley, Assistant Principal.
So something a little bit different this year. We are having our seniors sit in the back, as you know, and they are being escorted around by our counselors. And then they'll all come up here. There'll be a great photo up here as we read their scholarships and awards and their honor information. And then we're going to have them just go back and sit down with their class. All right, to begin this evening, we have Elizabeth Ettinger. She is receiving an Achievement Award, Heritage Grant, the Robert D. Swanson Award, and a Spirit Award, all from Alma College. And this is Miss Alyssa Ford. She is receiving a Success Award from Northern Michigan University, a Geographic Region Award from Oakland University, and the Ross P. Bronzell Scholarship from Lapeer City Community Foundation. This is Mr. Edwin Schlickenmeyer. He is receiving an Auburn Hills Scholarship Award for Excellence from Oakland University. This is Miss Anna Stanko. She is receiving a Geographic Region Award from Oakland University. So at this time, I'm going to invite students with the cards, numbers 18 through 63. Please follow your counselors around. And I'd like to introduce Ms. Leslie Okazinski. She will be introducing students who have a cumulative GPA of 3.30 to 3.49.
Taylor Jenkins is graduating with honors. Lucy Tucker is graduating with honors and receiving a recognition award from Oakland University. Courtney Boquette is graduating with honors. James Stanberry is graduating with honors. Ryan Brome is graduating with honors and receiving a University Recognition Award from Oakland University. Mason McCulley is graduating with honors. Walker Fitzcrane is graduating with honors. Ashley Wilson is graduating with honors. Mitchell Tilley is graduating with honors and receiving a Leadership Scholarship and Learning Community Award from Lake Erie College. Claire Thayer is graduating with honors. Marissa Rodriguez is graduating with honors. Glenn Tenaglia is graduating with honors and receiving a recognition award from Oakland University. Tyler Uswak is graduating with honors and receiving a recognition award from Oakland University, a trustee scholarship from Kettering University, and a Lapeer County Sportsman Scholarship. Melissa Skelton is graduating with honors. Philip Christensen is graduating with honors and receiving a Dean Scholarship from Saginaw Valley State University. Madison Meyer is graduating with honors. Travis Simmet is graduating with honors and receiving a President's Scholarship from Tiffin University in Ohio. Jiru Jha is graduating with honors. Nicholas French is graduating with honors. Courtney Clavitt is graduating with honors and receiving an Emerald Scholarship from Eastern Michigan University. Matthew Reed is graduating cum laude and receiving an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. I think we went one too many in that last round, so let me back the train up just a minute here. We'd like to take a moment to recognize those students who are graduating cum laude with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.689. So students should be coming up with cards numbered 64 through 108. Is that what we have here? Okay, Matt Reed, could you please come back? And I'd like to introduce my colleague, Ms. Lori Levins, who will be presenting the students graduating cum laude. She's red, Matt Reed's.
Okay. Matt Reed. Bowen Guan, who's graduating cum laude. Yutong Liu is graduating cum laude. Samantha Medici is graduating cum laude and receiving a Freedom Scholarship from Northwood University and a DECA Scholarship. Courtney Fox, graduating cum laude and receiving an Academic Excellence Award from Central Michigan University. Kimberly Matsumoto, graduating cum laude and receiving a Distinguished Scholarship from Lake Superior State University. Zebediah Throne, graduating cum laude and receiving an Academic Department Award, Catherine Evans Award, and Merit Award from Thiel College, Pennsylvania, a Transformational and Wrestling Scholarship from Waldorf College, Iowa, Dean's Scholarship from Trine University in Indiana, Dean's Award from Washington and Jefferson College, Pennsylvania, President's Scholarship from College from Tiffin University, Ohio, Dean's Scholarship from Luther College, Iowa, Honors Scholarship from Waynesburg University, Pennsylvania, an Opportunity Award from Wartburg College, and a Provost Scholarship from Spring Arbor University. Wesley McBride, graduating cum laude and receiving a Trustee Scholarship from Malone University, an Excellence Award from Northern Michigan University. Jacob Shenton, graduating cum laude and receiving an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. Morgan Mobley, graduating cum laude and receiving a Freedom Scholarship from Northwood University and a DECA Scholarship. Gabrielle Fallis, graduating cum laude and receiving a Geographic Regional Award from Oakland University and a Father Chaminade Scholarship from the University of Dayton. Haley Forbes, graduating cum laude and receiving a University of South Carolina Aiken Dance Team Member Scholarship. Mary Everett, graduating cum laude. Catherine Stazer, graduating cum laude. Eric Vandekar, graduating cum laude and receiving an Education First Opportunity Scholarship from Eastern Michigan University. Katie Peterson, graduating cum laude and receiving an honors award from Northern Michigan University and an alumni scholarship from Hope College. Hope McCall, graduating cum laude and receiving a University Recognition Award for Excellence from Oakland University. Kima, graduating cum laude. Yusi Hua, graduating cum laude. Marcos Alaman, graduating cum laude. Rachel Alexander, graduating cum laude and receiving a Provost Scholarship from Spring Arbor University. Spencer Christian, graduating cum laude. Gordon Williams, graduating cum laude. Sao Gwen Jung, graduating cum laude. Taryn Lisinski, graduating cum laude. Julia Walker, graduating cum laude and receiving a Dean's Scholarship, Distinguished Trustee Scholarship, the Robert Swanson Award, the Choice Award, and the Scholars Summit Award, all from Alma College, and a recognition award from Oakland University. Zoe Lewis, graduating cum laude and receiving an Academic Excellence Award and Multicultural Advancement Award from Central Michigan University. Caitlin Barber, graduating cum laude and receiving an Opportunity First and True EMU grant from Eastern Michigan University and a University Recognition Award from Oakland University. Something new. Next page. Leslie Okazinski.
We're now going to recognize the students who are graduating magna cum laude. These people have a cumulative grade point average of 3.70 to 3.849. Angela Savage is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. Kelsey Cadrich is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Dean's Scholarship from Saginaw Valley State University and an American Red Cross Award. Zachary Kessler is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Trustee Scholarship and Keep Me Scholarship from Kettering University and a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Natalie Mason is graduating magna cum laude. Lucretia Levy is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Oakland Press, Oakland Schools Certificate of Achievement and was selected to attend the Congress of Future Medical Leaders. Kirsten Walleman is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University and an Orange Scholar Award. Shelby Golda is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Chegg Award and a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Michael Harris is graduating magna cum laude. Zachary Walajic is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. Samantha Casey is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Chancellor's Scholarship and Presidential Scholarship from Cornerstone University and a Laker Scholarship from Grand Valley State University. Caitlin Vantine is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Achievement Award and Trustee Award from Columbia College, Chicago. Elise Ormiston is graduating magna cum laude. Gregory Schultz is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Presidential Scholar of Distinction Scholarship from Michigan Technological University. Titus Shoemaker is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Trustee Scholarship from Kettering University, a First Robotics Clark Scholarship, a First Robotics Phil Clancy Memorial Scholarship, a First Robotics Kettering University Scholarship, and the Lakes Community Credit Union Scholarship. Mara Scribner is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. Marianne Stockard is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Recognition Award from Oakland University. Andrew Fedua is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Dean's Scholarship from Western Michigan University and a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Noah Jenkins is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Honors Award and an Out-of-State Award from the University of Toledo and an Academic Achievement Award from Oakland University. James Gonzalez Anderson is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Jessica Matus is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a recognition award from Oakland University. Brianna Hughes is graduating magna cum laude and receiving an Academic Success Award and Multicultural Advancement Award from Central Michigan University and a Trustee Academic Success Scholarship from Oakland University. Joseph Herford is graduating magna cum laude and receiving a Scholarship of Achievement Award and Alumni Legacy Award from Michigan Technological University and a University Recognition Award from Oakland University. We will now recognize students graduating summa cum laude with a cumulative grade point average of 3.85 and higher. Students with cards numbered 144 through 166 should approach the stage, and Ms. Lavins will present those who are graduating summa cum laude.
Emily Cleland, graduating summa cum laude and receiving an Alumni Honors Scholarship from Hope College. Jenna Duronio, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a President's Merit Scholarship from the University of Dayton and a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Christina Chismadia, graduating summa cum laude and receiving an honors award from Northern Michigan University. Jacqueline Duronio, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a President's Merit Scholarship from the University of Dayton and a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Eleanor Shepard, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Aviana Pace, graduating summa cum laude. Haley Hornberger, graduating summa cum laude. Sean Gilmore, graduating summa cum laude. Elena Medvedik, graduating summa cum laude. Aaron Evans, graduating summa cum laude. Joseph Ufola, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University. Rachel Mantell, graduating summa cum laude. Rachel Tiska, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Victoria Beers, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University and receiving a Spiritus Scholarship from Aquinas College and University of Detroit Mercy Nursing Program. Hannah X, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a presidential scholarship from Northwood University, the Business Professionals of America State Executive Council Scholarship from Northwood University, a Talented Scholar Award from Oakland University, and the Oxford High School nomination for the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award. Sen Yu Sui, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a scholarship from the University of Oregon. Audrey Seeley, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Elizabeth Schoenfeld, graduating summa cum laude and receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Hope College. Jin Liu, graduating summa cum laude. And now, I'm at the bottom of this other page, I'm sorry. We will now recognize students. We did summa cum laude, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm lost again. Okay, so we're going to do the 4.0 and top scholars. You will follow Mr. LaValle to the stage. Right.
These guys are way ahead of us all night long. Again, I'd like to welcome the students who are graduating summa cum laude and also top scholars with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher. Gabrielle Pace is graduating summa cum laude and a top scholar and receiving a distinguished scholarship from Wayne State University. Tyler Scott is graduating summa cum laude and as top scholar and receiving a presidential scholarship and engineering scholarship from the University of Colorado at Boulder and a distinguished scholar award from Oakland University. Catherine Flanagan is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving a Pharmacy Excellence Award from the University of Toledo, the Trustees Scholarship from the University of Findlay, a Presidential Scholarship from Ohio Northern University, the Irvington Scholarship from Butler University, and an Academic Merit Scholarship from Belmont University. Marissa Rule is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving a President's Scholarship from Hope College and a Competitive Cheer Coaches Association of Michigan Athletic and Academic Scholarship Award. Kristen Godwin is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Hope College.
Yeah, Kristen!
Summer Desitel is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving an Academic Prestige Award from Central Michigan University. Caitlin Kessler is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving an MPACT scholarship from the University of Michigan and a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Michael Johnson is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving a Jean Fairfax scholarship from the University of Michigan. Madison Barsante is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Kaylee Blanchard is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving the Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Mackenzie Crossan is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving an Award of Excellence from Grand Valley State University, a Founders Scholarship from Saginaw Valley, and a Trustee Award and Achievement Award from Columbia College, Chicago. Elizabeth Wilkins is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University.
Yeah, Pookie!
Caitlin Ulinsky is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving a Presidential Award from Kettering University and a Presidential Scholarship from Oakland University. Jessica Duronio is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar, and she's receiving a Trustees Merit Scholarship from the University of Dayton and a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Danielle Black is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar and is receiving a Presidential Scholarship from Oakland University. Samantha Pastuski is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar. Molly Marks is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving an Award for Excellence from Grand Valley State University and a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University. Adam Kemp is graduating summa cum laude and is top scholar and is receiving a Tower Scholar Award and Rocket Scholar Award from the University of Toledo, a Distinguished Scholar Award from Oakland University, and an Engineering Leadership Scholarship, President's Cabinet Engineering Scholarship, and a Scholar Award, all from the University of Alabama. Alexander Schluter is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar. Erica Kroll is graduating summa cum laude and is a top scholar and is receiving a Trustees Honors Scholarship, Distinguished Trustee Award, and the Music Performance Award, and the Robert D. Swanson Award, all from Alma College. Abigail Hornog is graduating summa cum laude as top scholar and as the class of 2014 salutatorian. She is receiving a Presidential Scholarship from Oakland University. Laura Schimmel is graduating summa cum laude and as a top scholar in the class of 2014 valedictorian. And she's receiving a Society of Women Engineers Detroit Section Scholarship Award. Lewis Marshall is graduating summa cum laude as a top scholar and class of 2014 valedictorian, and he's receiving a Presidential Scholar of Excellence Award from Michigan Technological University, a Presidential Scholarship from Oakland University, a Presidential Scholarship from Lawrence Technological University, and he is the 2014 Oxford High School representative for WXYZ Channel 7, The Brightest and the Best. congratulations to all the award winners tonight. I cannot believe I made it through that without crying because I want to hug all of you, but maybe Mr. Gibbons will still be out there to do that. And now I'd like to re-invite Mr. Todd Dunkley to the stage to talk to you about our salutatorian and our valedictorian.
Well, they've already been recognized, but I'm going to ask the students to stay on stage for this last couple comments. I've had the opportunity the last couple days. You've seen our salutatorian, Abigail Horna, and our co-valedictorians, if you will, between Lewis Marshall and Laura Schimmel. I can't be more impressed with the type of people I have seen come through these halls and up on the stage. You heard one of the presenters talk about every year it gets better and better, and that's true. Folks, life is getting better. The respect level, the attitude, the care it's incredible. And if you don't have faith in it, maybe I can inspire it again with this message, because we all had some good things going on when we were young, and maybe over the years we've lost it through whatever harshness of life. But I want to bring the focus, I don't think any of them are still there, but when Helen Smith came up, and as joyful in her heart as she is, and as powerful as a woman as she is, she brings to life all the things that all of us want to have every day. And I want to read something from Mother Teresa, because everything I believe and everything I know they live right now, I truly have faith that it's going to live out for a great world ahead. And I don't want to sound trite, because I did not feel exactly, I've always loved students, but exactly as I do now, these last couple of years. Now, it's Mother Teresa. So whether you're a person who walks the path of faith or you're a person who is a secular in the way you live, the message remains the same. We gather this. Here are words. People are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. For you see, in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. That's the way to live life. I am so proud to be a part of it. Thank your parents for what you've done. Thank your students for who you are. I'll see you at 10 o'clock in the morning. We've got a great ceremony coming up. Thank you.